And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Wrong number. Oh, sorry. Called the wrong person. Today, we're taking a look at Ghostbusters, the card game. I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to the Dice Tower. This is a little card game from Renegade Games, and this is essentially a reworking of another game that originally was published by Albino Dragon called Ink Monsters. So this is a game in which you're going to be capturing ghosts. It's based on the Ghostbusters cartoon, which again, you would recognize a lot of stuff if you've seen the movies. It's pretty much the same characters. And in this, you're trying to capture the most ghosts by moving the ghost catching box around a ring of ghosts, trying to get ghosts with different points, different ways, collections, runs, things like that. You'll see. The first thing I want to explain is how scoring works. You're trying to collect ghosts over the course of this game, and each ghost is going to be worth a certain number of points. That's at the top here. So this animated lion statue is worth 2 points. And the game comes with a variety of ghosts that you may recognize throughout the course of the cartoon. And so each ghost is worth a certain number of points. However, whoever has the most icons of these different sets, there's 4 different sets in the game, is also going to get 3 points. And then you also have a sequence. So if you can build a sequence of numbers, so you'll look at the bottom, there's the class of the ghost, class 2, 7, 4. And if you can make a sequence of numbers, you will score bonus points 1, 2, 4, 7, 10, depending on how long the sequence is, from 3 cards up to 10. There are different pieces of gear that you can get over the course of the game, and you'll score points depending on how many different gear. If you have all 3, that's going to be worth 12 points. And then finally, some of the cards have slime on them. You can see the slime coming off the number, and whoever has the most slime is going to lose 3 points, unless you have Slimer, in which case you're exempt from this penalty. So that's how you score points over the course of the game. The game is going to take place over 3 rounds, and in each round, you're going to put ghosts in a circle, 12 ghosts around here, with the box up here to catch ghosts over the top person. There's going to be a deck of action cards that are shuffled and given to each player. Players are going to have a variety of the different characters. These are all the different cards that are multiplied in that deck, and you'll have 3 of them. On your turn, you can take 2 actions. Or you can discard a card instead of taking an action. So you can discard 2 cards, discard a card, play an action, play 2 actions. When you're finished, you will then take the ghost where the box is. Now, you can only do that if you've played at least 1 action. The actions are pretty simple. Switch 2 different cards, move it counterclockwise 1, reverse the direction of play, and move the ghost trap 1 card in a new direction. So this would flip over, reversing the direction of play. Move it to any 1 value ghost in the circle. Move it 2 cards clockwise. Capture the top card of the ghost deck. Woohoo! I got ghost hair. Capture a card that is adjacent to the ghost trap. Woohoo! I got the ghost train. So those are the different actions that you can play. And then after that, you capture the card wherever it is. If you played an action, and move it. Whoops! Sorry, this card has been changed. Move it in the direction shown by the arrow. You're going to keep doing this till all the cards in the middle are gone. Then you'll start a new round and keep going. Players will draw a course back up to 3 cards when their turn is over. And I've already explained how points work. Most points, winner. Comes with a little box, a little plastic insert to hold all the cards. There's also a score pad, very nice score pad actually, where you can write down all the different points and explains how they work. The cards themselves, the artwork on the cards, is pretty fun. You know, it looks really cool. It gives you, especially if you like the cartoon or even the movies, you'll recognize the people. And going through and looking at all these people, Slimer, everyone's favorite. These cards are all pretty much the same cards over and over again. Card quality is okay, not fantastic, but it's okay. And the whole thing has a good look on the table. Ghostbusters the card game is a game that I think a lot of people will enjoy because it's just simple, easy. You get into the theme of the game, I'm capturing ghosts, and go on your merry way. The game is pretty much devoid of any strategy. You literally do not know where that ghost catching box is going to be the ghost trap at any point in time on your turn. So especially the more players in the game, the more chaotic it gets. So then on your turn, you look at where it is, you look at the cards in your hand, you try to figure out where you can put it best to get the best valued ghost. Maybe you're trying to get a set of ghosts, maybe you are trying to get a run of ghosts, maybe you just want a high ghost value. Many of the ghosts have different actions on them that once you get them, you can modify things, like modify the value of a ghost, or move the ghost a different direction. They're once per round use cards. You essentially tap the cards to use them. So you have these different things that you can do over the course of the game, but you really can't do any planning. You have to wait till your turn. You can't set up your next move. Even in a two-player game, you literally have no idea what the next player is going to do. So at the end of the day, when you take a look at the deck, the cards that you've scored, it's really random. Yes, you can make some cool moves and things, but you just got to have the right cards and be in the right position to make those cool moves. That's still going to be enjoyable for people. It's not necessarily one I want to play very often. I don't dislike the game. I'll sit down and have a good time, but when I get up and leave, I feel like the game was more of a conduit to the conversation that we played rather than actually doing anything of value. I like Ghostbusters, love the theme of this game. There's lots of, there's several of these games where you move things around and collect stuff. This has been around for a long time. Doesn't feel new or different or anything. It's a little bit more streamlined and I think better than Ink Monsters, the game it was based on, for sure. And I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this. I don't think a lot of people who watch my channel, gamers, are going to be as keen on it, because essentially you're just playing a card and seeing what happens on your turn. I change these ghosts, move this here, and so much stuff happens between turns that you are, if you're really trying to plan things out, you're going to get frustrated. But it's a good gift. Someone that likes Ghostbusters, you can give this to them. It's really easy to set up and teach and play. And I think for those people, I would recommend it. But for most gamers, this is probably too light for you. But it can still be fun. Dice Tower Judgment, simple, silly fun.